family today and retirement goes down the road? If you just said no, listen up. CHS River Plains is hiring operations personnel, drivers, and custom applicators at several locations. These come with a knockout affordable benefit package for you and the whole family. Apply to a job with CHS River Plains and up your benefits straight up. To apply, visit us online at chsriverplains.com or stop in at one of our locations. CHS is an equal opportunity employer.
Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping wants to make it easy for you to get that lush green lawn and that yard haven that you've been dreaming of. Visit dakotasprinkler.com to make appointments for sprinkler system spring startup, service calls, fall winterization, and landscaping quotes. Trust Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping's professionals to get you through the planning and installation to make your landscaping needs a reality. Visit dakotasprinkler.com today.
Wagner Auto Company is your complete transportation headquarters. You'll find a great selection of quality new Buick, GMC, Chrysler, Dodge, Ram, and Jeep vehicles, plus a great selection of quality pre-owned and certified pre-owned vehicles. They'll take good care of you after the sale with a full-service parts and body shop, along with a friendly financing team that'll do their best to get you into your next new or pre-owned vehicle with financing that fits your budget. Wagner Auto is your local, family-owned, full-service dealership in Pierre. WagnerAuto.com. That's WagnerAuto.com.
Comtech is a total technology solutions provider. Comtech is ready to get technology to work for you, not against you. Stop into Comtech to see our selection of TVs, home audio systems, computers, and security systems. They have brand names like Samsung, Bose, Sonos, and Lenovo, just to name a few. Comtech has what you're looking for in technology. Stop in at 1601 Lowell Avenue in Pierre or visit their website at comtechplus.com. Comtech, your trusted technology solutions provider.
Dr. Nick and Chelsea Redeman at Floss Dentistry in Pierre is family-owned and operated. They have modern practice with skill and caring staff. They have same-day availability. Floss Dentistry is located at 603 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre with hours Monday through Thursday from 8 to 5. Give them a call at 605-224-2161 and don't put off that scheduled cleaning any longer. Floss Dentistry, 603 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre, or give Dr. Nick and Chelsea Redeman a call at 605-224-2161.
As we welcome you back here to the Fitz, we're just now 10 minutes away, about 12 minutes away from first pitch. It looks like maybe they're going to try to wait for this rain to break a little bit. Although, again, with the turf field, they not in any danger of having the game rained out, but just trying to get the rain to subside. And we're going to get started basically around the same time that we were scheduled to get underway in the second game after getting started early on in game one, about 20 minutes earlier in game one. But we can go through these starting lineups while we're waiting for this ball game to begin. It'll be Lena Johnson for Bellevue East to lead things off. He'll play second base. Cooper Brown, the left fielder, will bat second. And the Blake Irwin, the shortstop, batting third. A.J. Lucas, the catcher, will be the cleanup man. It'll be Evan Gann, the right fielder, batting fifth. Parker Schuler, the DH, batting sixth. Mason Chandler, the third baseman, batting seventh. Cooper Cicivello, the center fielder, batting eighth. And Tyler Thie, the first baseman, will bat ninth, with Cole Halbrook on the mound for Bellevue East. And for Pierre Post States, George Staley will lead things off. He's the center fielder. Jaden Wiebe, the second baseman, will bat second. Jack Merkwan, the left fielder, will bat third. Johnny Lyons, the third baseman, batting fourth. Gary Nedved, the first baseman, batting fifth. Spencer Lettler, the right fielder, will bat sixth. Matthew Hansen, the shortstop, batting seventh. Connor Bruce, the DH, will bat eighth. And Brecken Kruger, the center fielder, will bat ninth. Bennett Dean will make his season debut for Post State as he's the starter here for game number 2. In, I guess, somewhat of a weather delay, about 10 minutes away. Looks like maybe they're going to play tic-tac-toe on a baseball between the Post State dugout and the Bellevue East dugout. A game before the game gets underway with the rain coming down. It's not a real heavy rain. As if you're watching on YouTube right now, you can see that Jack Merkwan comes out of the dugout as the ball was thrown across from the third base dugout to the first base dugout. But the Eights won the first game of the day 9-5. It took them 8 innings to get the job done. They scored 4 in the 8th to pick up their first win, now 1-4 on the season. And now they're trying to extend that into potentially back-to-back games They want to try and beat Bellevue East and assure themselves not playing in the 8 o'clock game tomorrow morning, and would be more of a 10:30 start for the Eights in the final game of this Veterans Classic. On Tuesday, the Eights will be at home for the first time as they will welcome in Mandan for a doubleheader, which we'll have here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. They will be on the day. We'll be honoring the hometown hero, the home opener hometown hero, and they will be honoring the family of Greg Dean. And of course, we all know what Greg Dean has done for KCCR, but it's not what he did for KCCR. He did a lot for us here for baseball, but what he did as a friend of baseball, hometown hero for Post State, for Pierre Governor High School baseball. All the fun that he did, and all the great things that he did for this, for Pierre, and for everything that all of what he did for Post State. It's hard to put into words how much he did for the baseball programs of Pierre. But they will be honoring the family of Greg Dean on Tuesday. So I invite you out to the ballpark, and also bring the headphones and listen on KCCR. I have a couple of special guests. We'll talk baseball, we'll talk sports, but we'll reminisce of the fun that Greg Dean brought to not just broadcast, but to everybody around him. And looking forward to that on Tuesday, 5 o'clock first pitch. Be on the air around 4:45 for that doubleheader between Pierre and Mandan. And then Saturday, we'll be back here again at the Fitz, as we'll have one game on Friday, and then a doubleheader on Saturday, part of a triangular with Casper, Wyoming, and Post 22. So we will have that game, those two games, or three games over that weekend here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Before then, we get into the Dakota Classic, and actually I want to take that back because it's not just goes into Friday after the Tuesday game. We end up finding our way into Wednesday of this week, where we'll make the travel out to Sioux Falls, where we'll play Sioux Falls West and Spearfish on Wednesday. Play Tuesday, Wednesday, and then Friday, Saturday, before then traveling to Watertown the following Tuesday on June 14th, and then we'll make our way to the Dakota Classic in Sioux Falls on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday of that following weekend. So getting closer to first pitch here between Pierre and Bellevue East. We will step aside, come back in 3 minutes, and have more of the pregame show. Getting set for first pitch, you're listening to Post State Baseball here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Sweet! Did you miss your exit?
For the second time in a row.
Ooh, third time's a charm. You deserve a treat for that time on the road. Did you lose your favorite sunglasses?
Yes, and they were on my head.
Or did you remember your wallet, but forget your phone instead? So sweet, unique. Baby, there's nothing better. I bet you've probably done something that deserves a Dr. Pepper. Did you meal prep all your lunches and order tacos instead?
I'm so ashamed. Please don't tell my wife.
I went to the grocery store and actually remembered my reusable bags.
Earth-friendly, so safe. It's one of a kind, it'll blow your mind. That deserves a Dr. Pepper.
Insurance. We all need it to protect our homes, health, businesses, and belongings. But having adequate coverage is just the beginning. You also need the support of professionals who stand by your side to protect what's important to you. Fisher Rounds & Associates combines the coverage you want with the commitment you need. Fisher Rounds & Associates, at your service, at your side, with offices in Pierre, Mitchell, Watertown, Sioux Falls, and Rapid City.
BankWest Insurance has the expertise and resources to deliver personalized service and customized solutions. As an independent agency, we shop dozens of companies to get you the best coverage at the best price. As your trusted choice for insurance coverage, we promise to go the extra mile so you can rest assured your loved ones and your assets are protected. Contact your local agent with BankWest Insurance to work for you.
Not a deposit, not FDIC insured, not insured by any federal agency, not guaranteed by any bank, may go down in value, equal opportunity provider.
At the Y, we're more than a gym. We're a cause-driven charitable organization nurturing the potential of every youth, adult, and senior in our community. From advocacy to childcare, disease prevention to athletics, swim lessons to safe spaces, our mission ensures that everyone, regardless of their financial situation, can participate in the services that we offer at the Y. We invite you to stop in and check out our youth sports, summer camps, group exercise classes, swim lessons, and so much more. Discover your Y at the Milwaukee Family YMCA in Pierre, where we are for youth development, healthy living, and social responsibility.
Building a home. It's the biggest investment most of us make in a lifetime. Not to mention it's a decision that, well, you pretty much live with day and night. The quality of the workmanship stares back at you like a reflection. It also affects the value of your investment. Choosing the right contractor is critical. Kruger Contracting is that contractor. Call 222-2523. Quality workmanship and materials completed on time. Kruger Contracting. In a word, quality. Call 222-2523.
The count may change with every pitch, but what doesn't change is God's love for you. Come join us at Faith Lutheran Church to hear about the God who blesses us with athletic skill, meaningful relationships, and the peace and comfort that comes from his son Jesus. You can worship on Wednesday evenings at 7 p.m. or on Sunday mornings at 8:30 or 11 a.m. Faith Lutheran Church is up the hill at 714 North Grand and happy to support our athletes, their families, and our community.
Well, we got a meeting of the minds out just outside the third base dugout right now. A lot of Bellevue coaches along with Brian White, the manager for Post 8, with some Post 22 workers. I don't know what they're thinking or what they're talking about right now. The only thing that, in terms of what this might do, because really you're not concerned about unplayable field conditions because you're on turf, but you have another game left to be played. So there's something that becomes a little bit of an issue is if something would happen, it wouldn't be because of field conditions. It would be, well, we still got another game left to go. And at the same time, well, because you have no worries about field prep after this game is over, you can start the next game right away. So I don't know if they're going to maybe try and wait a little bit longer to go. I think the rain's starting to lighten up a little bit, but I think everything, we're looking at the dugout of the third base side, and Bellevue East guys they're just hanging out right now. They haven't packed up any bags by any means. They're just kind of chilling out in the third base dugout. And the good thing also is that for Cole Halbrook and Bennett Dean, you didn't have to go get loose.
From 5:50, we'll make a decision, go or don't go for this game. 5:50, we'll make a decision, and if we play, we will start at that time. 5:50 game time.
So, as you just heard, 5:50 is the scheduled start time, and they also made the saying of whether we go or don't go. So that might be meaning that they just want to stay on schedule, and Post 8 would finish the round robin at 1-2, and Bellevue at 0-3, Miles City at 0-4, which would put Post 8 then into the 10:30 game tomorrow morning. That is, like I said, that's the only reason why we would not get started right away or would not end up playing this game is because there's another game still to be played. But it looks like, and you're looking on YouTube, and I guess you can't really see too well, but there you go. Clear up a little bit, make it a little darker in the field, but there's some blue sky back there. But it also doesn't look like it's that blue sky is going to be making its way over towards us, though. So still kind of just waiting this thing out here. 5:50 is our scheduled start time, as we'll take another break. We'll take another 3-minute break. Hey, nothing wrong with getting more of our sponsors, our great sponsors here for Post 8 Baseball. Get a chance to hear from them that make it possible for us to bring you Post 8 baseball throughout the entire season and high school baseball as well. All these great sponsors for the baseball season. So we'll step aside, come back in 3 minutes. You're listening to Post 8 Baseball here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Looking for your next new or used car, truck, or SUV? Then go no further than the comfort of your own home. Shop online at lambmotor.com. On lambmotor.com, you'll find the vehicles Lambs has in stock. You can schedule a test drive or your vehicle's next tune-up, all online. New or used, shop for it all online, anywhere you are. Lamb Motor has the right vehicle for you. Lamb Motor in Oneida and online, lambmotor.com.
No one likes to have electrical problems, but when they happen, call Todd's Electric at 223-2518. With over 28 years of experience, Todd's Electric can handle any type of electrical problem, whether it's residential, commercial, or agricultural. Their knowledgeable staff knows and understands the importance of your home, business, or ag facility and are prepared to help. Call Todd's Electric at 223-2518. That's 223-2518. Todd's Electric, serving the Pierre and Fort Pierre areas. The line to power.
It takes hard work to reach goals. It's a truth that applies to more than just sports. It also goes for your financial goals. You work hard for your money. You deserve an investment strategy that lines up with your game plan. Your local Edward Jones financial advisor can help. If your investments aren't getting you closer to the win, visit edwardjones.com or stop by your local Pierre area Edward Jones office for a financial review. Edward Jones, making sense of investing. Member SIPC. When you're in the need for high-quality replacement auto parts, look no further than Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop in Pierre. Zanders has been servicing the Pierre area for over 40 years. Their professional parts techs can get you the parts you need and get you back on the road. Stop by Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop at 500 West Sioux in Pierre or call 224-9221. Zanders, your source for domestic and foreign auto parts and accessories.
Innovation. It's right here. Avera St. Mary's Hospital keeps care local for you and your family, offering comprehensive care that has earned 4 out of 5 stars by the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services in hospital performance and safety. Avera St. Mary's world-class care is further supported by advanced technology, 2-way video e-consults, 3D mammography, and a state-of-the-art birthing center, so you and your family don't have to go anywhere else, because innovation lives right here in Pierre. Learn more at avera.org/news.
At Shane's Pharmacy, your healthcare is important, and Shane wants to be the pharmacist to take care of you. Shane's Pharmacy will make sure your prescriptions are filled in a timely manner, they will answer your questions, and they will even deliver to your home or office. Call 223-9200. Shane's Pharmacy, the pharmacy you know and trust. The number again is 223-9200. Shane's Pharmacy in Fort Pierre, proud to support high school athletics.
And we welcome you back here to the Fitz as the Post-State they're still getting ready for potentially having a second game here. But welcoming in the press box here for a little bit is Blake Dean. And Blake, it's good to talk to you. Good to have you back on the air for a little bit to try and buy some time here for until we have a decision on it. But hey, that was a good first win for the Eights of the 2022 season.
It really was, John. It was good to see the Eights really battle a post-400 team out of Fargo, North Dakota, who I believe, and this may be, second, third-hand source, but I believe they were state champions in North Dakota last year. So to pick up a really quality first win like that against a team like that is really big for this Eights squad, and let's see if they can carry that momentum into tonight's game against Bellevue, Nebraska, assuming that we get tonight's game in with the weather being what it is.
Yeah, and like I said, we were kind of talking in the commercial break that I think the biggest thing is trying to keep the schedule going. Post-22s playing Mitchell after this at 8 o'clock, so I think they're trying to keep this game. If they can't play it, they're going to just wash it out. And for the Eights, then you don't have to worry about winning the ball game because with your win against Fargo, you end up playing the 10:30 game. You move on to not having to wake up and play at 8 o'clock in the morning on a Sunday. So there's one good thing. But, for Post-State, of course this would happen. After an 0-4 start, you kind of had some unlucky breaks over the first 4 games. Then you pick up a win and a 4-run 8th inning, and then the rain kind of keeps you from keeping that momentum rolling into the second game.
Yeah, just kind of the unfortunate start to this season for this Post-State squad, both in that front and just, overall momentum-wise, you lose two two-run games to a pretty solid Brookings squad out in Brookings to start the year. And then you come into this tournament to play both Laramie and Cheyenne, two really good teams out of Wyoming, and pick up the win, kind of like we talked about too, against Post 400 out of Fargo, North Dakota. And then you have an opportunity to continue the momentum into tonight, but the weather, may or may not affect that. Like I said, we'll see. It looks like the sky is clearing up a little bit, but looking at the radar, it doesn't look super promising that the rain will let up necessarily. But stranger things have happened, so we will wait and see this one out here for the next probably 15 minutes or so. Looks like 10-15 minutes or so.
Yeah, they're talking about 5:50. I'm kind of making a call 5:55 and make that call. So we're closing in on a potential decision. I'm trying to figure out what the game they're playing. If they're playing tic-tac-toe.
Well, it's possible, yeah. So, during rain delays like this, especially in tournaments where you get teams that don't see each other a whole lot, sometimes you get to know the guys across the dugout from you in a variety of ways. Sometimes that's writing questions on baseballs and throwing them back and forth between each other and kind of having a little bit of a conversation that way. But maybe potentially playing tic-tac-toe, and it looks like we're gonna get some guys in catcher's gear, maybe a little jousting action.
I was gonna say.
I remember doing this. Maybe it was even out in Rapid City when we were playing out here during a rain delay and had some jousting fun with the other team. I don't remember who it was, but this will if this happens. Granted, you obviously don't want anybody to get hurt on a turf field, but just a way to kill some time, have a little bit of fun, and we'll see what happens. I don't see anybody currently in the post-state dugout. Bellevue looks ready to go, like they're ready to joust, but we will see if that becomes of anything in the post-state dugout. So
I see a fist bump from the guy that's got the catcher's gear on right now.
Oh boy!
I think, and if you're listening on KCCR right now, we are live on YouTube, and we'll broadcast this. The joust will be my first play-by-play of jousting.
I was going to say, I don't. Has there ever been play-by-play of jousting before?
I don't think so. Because fencing in the Olympics would have play-by-play of it, but not.
I would assume
but
so.
not
yes.
jousting. Yeah. So this we might be seeing history here.
I'm gonna say maybe that's somebody. If somebody out there listening on KCCR or watching us on YouTube at KCCR Sports, if either of you have our phone numbers and want to text us, do some research on that. If jousting has ever been covered play-by-play wise, we would appreciate that. This will be a lot of fun here.
It looks like they're going to get the shin guards on and everything. And so now when you're jousting, okay, you got to make sure that I get the right guy here. Cooper Brown is going to be the guy in the catcher's gear for Bellevue East.
And the horseman will be number 18, it looks like.
And that'll be Evan Gann. So, and that's the one, you got to have a guy that's got good balance, and maybe your catcher I don't know if you really want to risk your catcher getting hurt. Cooper Brown's scheduled to be the left fielder in this game. But you got to have your horseman be strong like a horse. I mean, you got to have him be a strong guy.
Yes.
And then you got the other guy to kind of be end up being someone with good balance.
Yes. Throwing it back here a little bit. Like I said, when I was playing, our team used to do some jousting back in the day, and I believe our horse was Cooper Walton. Cooper now living back in Pierre, and our jouster was Alex Gray, who played football at North Dakota State, son of high school coach Steve Gray. And it looks like who's going to be going out here for post-state. I can't make it out.
I think it's Jet Zabel. I think it's
okay.
Zabel.
Okay.
And that might be the best guy from Pierre, because I think the question probably was saying who wants to be the jouster, and Zabel probably said definitely it's got to be me. He probably has no fear with his two older brothers.
None at all. Now, the question is, who is going to be your
Right.
horse. You look at the post-8 lineup up and down. I would say some good options would be, it looks like it's going to be Gary Nedved.
All right, we got to make sure here that the camera. So everybody's getting up to the the top of the dugout here. So let's see if I can zoom in a good spot to get this on YouTube. So Zabel against Brown here for the joust, and everybody's ready to go. So here we go. The good speed there from nobody fell down. Oh, Brown almost fell. Nedved's got to turn himself around. They've got good speed from Bellevue. I think they're going to get the job done here. And then there's
I think Pierre's mass is a little bit better.
Nedved dropped down Zabel and
Coach White is not having it.
Coach White, he was the one that threw the towel in. So Bellevue ends up winning the joust. Hopefully that's not the decision on who gets the win or not if they don't play the actual baseball game. Because otherwise we might have to have a redo.
Yeah, that was very anticlimactic. I was it looked like, on that first pass that Zabel actually got him pretty good, and I thought it was going to topple the Bellevue player from the other Bellevue player, but that second pass was a little bit less, was a little bit more tentative, and it seemed like, and after that, Coach White was like, you guys are coming in here, we're not getting hurt, this is a bad idea. So
overall, it's probably smart by Coach White to make sure that doesn't happen.
Yeah,
it's so nobody gets hurt. But for the fun of the joust and what was on YouTube, like you said, very anticlimactic.
Kinda. Sorry, everybody.
It was fun though. I got a chance to call my first joust, so I can add that to my resume of sports that I've called.
There you go. Although I feel like during the actual joust, we were just kind of like, ooh, and it wasn't much of a call, but hey, chalk it up to we're still learning how to call jousts here, ladies and gentlemen. So
by the end of the season, we'll be joust pros at
absolutely,
calling it.
Absolutely.
Well, the umpires are making their way down, or at least the home plate umpire is making his way down. I've not seen the base umpire, so we will step aside. We'll come back and we'll tell you the verdict on whether we're playing or not. We'll come back in 3 minutes and we'll either have the game for you, maybe wrap it up from here. But either way, hey, I appreciate you coming in here and joining me for a while.
Thanks, John.
It was fun to call a joust.
I was going to say, great calling a joust with you. Still working out the kinks on our end, listeners, but it was a lot of fun. Thanks for having me in, John. I appreciate you reaching out and inviting me in here.
Absolutely. And Blake Dean here joining me as we'll step aside for 3 minutes, come back with more. You're listening to Post 8 Baseball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Verting Electric has a long history of doing electrical work the right way. Economical service, professional work, and customer satisfaction is why they can say that. Verting Electric can do residential, farm, and commercial projects. Doesn't matter if they are charged with new construction or a remodel project, they get it conducted. Contact the staff at Verting Electric at 224-8684. They can light a spark into your next project. Verting Electric, 224-8684.
Are you building a new home or remodeling the old? Adding a fireplace can make a house a home. Olson Plumbing in Pierre carries a full line of Heat-A-Later fireplaces. Whether your taste is traditional or contemporary, Olson Plumbing has a great selection of Heat-A-Later fireplaces that will fit any style. Whether you're building new or updating, call Olson Plumbing. Heat-A-Later Fireplaces, the first name in fireplaces. Olson Plumbing in Pierre is your source for the industry's largest selection of indoor-outdoor fireplaces, either gas or wood, and outdoor fire pits. Stop by their showroom at 2803 East Wells or give them a call, 224-6436.
Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota is serving the central South Dakota community and beyond with a great selection of used vehicles. Local trades and program vehicles are available. New Toyotas and new Fords are arriving and selling before they even hit the lot. So don't wait. Stop in and find out what's coming. If you've been thinking about ordering a new Ford, stop in and sit down with one of our sales specialists today. Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota at 518 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre. Call 605-224-7378 and visit CapitalCityFordToyota.com.
Hey, let's go. We're going to be late for the baseball game.
I know my air conditioner is letting me down like our middle reliever last game. I have to give someone a call.
That's easy. Call in the closer, AirTech Heating and Cooling. They use Coleman brand heaters and air conditioners, and like our team's closer, AirTech with Coleman products give us quality and dependability we can trust to win the game.
You're right. I'm going to the bullpen. AirTech, I need you.
Most of us already know that Gales Gas of Pierre is the place to call for propane. They offer an automatic fill plan so you never have to worry about running out of propane. They accept debit and credit payments or a budget payment plan to spread out the cost throughout the year so you never have surprises when you get your bill. For delivery, convenience, and great customer service, call Gales Gas at 224-5518. That's Gales Gas at 224-5518.
As we welcome you back here, and we are scheduled for baseball. We're going to be playing here this evening as the 8s are on the field. Bennett Dean is finishing up his warm-up tosses, and we'll be ready to roll here for Game 2 of our doubleheader, as Post State will be looking for a win over Bellevue East, and the 8s are the home team for the first time here in this tournament. So Bennett Dean is on the mound, as we'll tell you his stats from last summer. And for Bennett Dean last year, 32 2/3 innings pitched, 8 appearances, 5 starts. He went 4-2 for the 8s, 35 hits, 24 runs, 21 of them earned, 24 walks, 23 strikeouts, so an ERA of 4.5 and a whip of 1.81 for the now super senior for Post State. And the lineup he goes against, for leading off, will be Lena Johnson, Cooper Brown, the left fielder who won the joust, and then Blake Irwin, the shortstop. So we are ready to roll. And Bellevue will come to the plate. Well, here's Landon Johnson, and the first pitch will bounce in for ball 1. That one went about 40 feet from Bennett Dean. So first pitch is at 5:53 locally. So 23 minutes behind schedule due to the rain delay. 1-0 pitch, misses inside. It's now 2-0. George Stalley is the catcher. He'll be catching the super senior Dean. That's where he was able to warm up. Maybe had a little bit of a long break. And there's his first strike, and it's now 2-1. Not the ideal way to have your season debut for Bennett Dean. Here's a 2-1 pitch. Upstairs it's now 3-1, having to wait an extended period to start the ball game. And being the home team, we don't get that opportunity to go back to the bullpen really. Here's a 3-1 pitch. Comes inside, a leadoff walk issued to Landon Johnson. And it will bring up Cooper Brown. It is Brown, then Irwin, Lucas, Gann, Schuler, Chandler, Cisavello, and Thied. The hitters, 9 hitters for Bellevue East. Their pitcher, Cole Halbrook, will be taking the mound here. So here is Cooper Brown, the left fielder. Runner takes off with the first pitch. It's outside. The throw to second. It's not going to be in time. And sliding in safely will be Johnson. And so already an early RBI opportunity. Cooper Brown is 2 for 6 so far here in the tournament. Not a lot of runs have scored for Bellevue East so far. They've scored just 3 runs in 3 games. That one misses, and it's now 2-0. RBIs from Lucas, the only RBI. A.J. Lucas, who is going to be, he's in the hole right now, the cleanup hitter. He's been their best hitter this tournament. That one will also miss low, and it's now 3-0. And Bennett Dean can't find the strike zone right now here in the first 2 hitters. Looks like the rain is still trying to come to an end. Sun starting to peek out here. 3-0 pitch. Back-to-back walks to open things up here in the top of the first inning. And Blake Irwin now will come to the plate. First and second with nobody out. That sun is now out here at the Fitz. As long as we keep away the any kind of thunder. It'll look like a little rainbow forming out behind center field. First pitch over for strike one to Blake Irwin, the shortstop. We got a rainbow flying across from outside left field over into right field. Almost looks like the rainbow ends out in right field. Here's the 0-1, showing bunt, and then bunting it foul, and the count's now 0-2. You can kind of see it. You can see that rainbow on YouTube at KCCR Sports. It really does. That rainbow really does look like it ends just outside the right field fence. Here's the 0-2 pitch. That one bounces in. George Staley is able to make the block, and the count's now 1-2. Irwin and then Lucas. 2 on, nobody out here in the top of the first. 1-2. Ground ball through the hole left side. Bellevue runner will around third. He will come in to score. And it's a 1-0 lead here for Bellevue East. First hit of the ball game. First 3 men have reached base safely. And there's still 2 on, nobody out here in the top of the first inning. It'll bring up A.J. Lucas. Lucas has been their best hitter. He's got 2 doubles of his 3 hits. He's the only guy with 3 hits. Cooper Brown and Schuler are the only guys that have multiple hits besides Lucas. So they have not been able to hit the ball really well in their 3 games. They're 0-3 right now here in the Veterans Classic. Post State now at 1-2. Boy, that rainbow is becoming much more defined as it's now a 1-1 count. Actually get a double rainbow right above the other one. I think that one's out of the shot of from YouTube. Here's a 1-1 pitch. That one will be bounced foul. And it's now 1-2. So count 1-2 here with nobody out in the top of the first inning. A.J. Lucas, the catcher, at the plate. 1-0 our score. Here's the 1-2. That one will bounce in. Staley makes another stop, and it's now 2-2. Here's a 2-2. This is low and outside, and the count's now 3-2 to A.J. Lucas. Evan Gann, the right fielder, is on deck. He potentially could come to the plate with the bases loaded. Here's a 3-2 pitch. That one will miss for ball 4. And the bases are now loaded. Third walk issued to the inning here by Dean. And Evan Gann will be the man to come to the plate. Bases loaded, nobody out here at the top of the first. Here's the first pitch to Gann. Misses low for ball 1. And time will be called, and Brian White will make his way out and talk with Dean. It is a 1-0 score here in the top of the first, so the bases loaded, nobody out. And Dean just trying to find the strike zone right now. Again, it's a tough spot to be in just as a super senior, coming back, making your debut after not playing during the spring. And you're forced to have to wait a little bit longer to get your start. And then you have to throw in the rain a little bit and make it a little bit tougher to deal with the elements as it counts now 1-1. It's fouled back by Gahn. Here's the 1-1 pitch. That one misses low, and it's now 2-1. For Gahn so far, he is 0 for 3 in the Veterans Classic. Played in just game number 2. Here's a 2-1 pitch. Line shot, and that's a base hit up the middle. Breckenkerger will field 2 runs, will come in to score. And it's a 3-0 ball game here. As still nobody out here in the top of the first. 2 RBI, single for Gahn. Now here's Parker Skyler. Schuyler's 2 for 6 with a double so far in the Classic. First pitch taken for strike 1. Need to find a way to just get through this inning here for Dean and settle into a groove. Here's the 0-1. That one will miss low, and it's now 1-1. Here's the 1-1 from Dean to Skyler. That one will be upstairs. Stalley was able to get out of the crouch and snag it before it got to the backstop, and the count's now 2-1. On deck is Mason Chandler. He'd be the 7th man to come to the plate. 2-1 pitch, swing and a miss, and it's now 2-2. Looks like Jet Zabel is. Nope, it is Connor Bruce that is warming up, I believe, out in the bullpen. That one is a line shot that is into the first base dugout. But everybody seems to be okay. We had Hunsley, Zabel. There's a swing and a foul tip into the mid of Stalley. There's the first out for a strikeout of the ball game here for Benedine. There's now 1 down. And here's Mason Chandler. So Connor Bruce, Grayson Hunsley, Jet Zabel right now in the bullpen. Or right now in the dugout, I should say. Bruce is the DH. Here's the first pitch outside for ball 1 to Mason Chandler. Chandler so far, he is, can't find him on the stats, might be his first at-bat of the season. Ball gets away from Stalley. It's now 2-0, and runners will move up 90 feet, so it's 2nd and 3rd. Yeah, Chandler pitched in the, excuse me, he's 1 for 6 with an RBI so far in the Veterans Classic. He did pitch earlier. That one will get to the backstop again. It went over the head of Stalley, and a run will come in to score. And it's now a 4-0 ball game. And a runner on third with a 3-0 count. A runner on third with 1 away. Here's a 3-0 pitch. Missed for ball 4. And it's now 1st and 3rd with 1 down here in the top of the first inning. And Bellevue's threatening to put up a handful here in the top of the first inning. Cooper Cicivello.
Center fielder, number 14, Cooper Cicivello.
Cicivello so far 1 for 7. Runner takes off for second. Throw to second. Sliding in safely is Chandler. So now there's 2nd and 3rd with 1 down. Count is 0-1. It was taken for a strike. Cicivello, the center fielder, 8th man to come to the plate. 0-1 pitch. Upstairs is now 1-1. And Dean just unable to find it here in this first inning. You listen to KCCR Pierre, a Riverfront broadcasting station. Here's the 1-1. That one's upstairs, and it's now 2-1. Here's a 2-1 pitch. That one will miss low, and it's now 3-1. On deck is Tyler Thied, the first baseman. Second and third with one away. Here's the 3-1 pitch. That one is tapped foul at the plate. Now 3-2. Here's a 3-2 pitch. Popped up, foul, and it will get out of play. And we'll do it again here with a full count with one down here at the top of the first. Runners at second and third. Here's a 3-2. Misses for ball 4. And the bases are loaded once again. And that'll end the day on the mound here for Dean. He was only able to record one out. And Grayson Hunsley now will come on to pitch for Post State. We'll step aside for a minute. We'll come back and we'll get you set for Grayson Hunsley to take the mound. You're listening to Post State Baseball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Have you ever wondered what the benefits are of becoming a Wahi Federal Credit Union member? At a Wahi Federal Credit Union, we reinvest profits in you. We do this in the form of lower interest rates, higher dividends, and low to no fees. So come check us out or come in at 221 East Pleasant Drive in Pierre, because at a Wahi Federal Credit Union, we treat our members like they own the place because, well, they do. Wahi Federal Credit Union.
Wondering what to do with the pitted and rutted drive? B&B Equipment will get you covered. Wanting to put something down the ground? B&B Equipment will put a hole in your project. Need to even up that property? B&B Equipment can fill that need. B&B Equipment can deliver all your gravel and material needs. B&B Equipment is here for all your excavation needs. Contact B&B Equipment, 224-6727. A contractor here for you. That's B&B Equipment, 224-6727.
Grayson Hunsley is now on the mound here for the Eights, as he will make his pitching debut for Post State and also make his just debut for Pierre varsity squad in general. Hunsley did not pitch in the spring season, so this will be his first time on the mound across the board here in the spring or summer. First pitch swinging out towards right field. Coming in is Spencer Lettler. He'll make the catch for the second out. 2 runners will tag up. And a run will come across. It's now a 6-0 ball game. It's going to be a 5-0 ball game. And it's now back to the top of the order for Lena Johnson, who walked and came around to score to open things up in the top of the first. So Lena Johnson with 2 away now here in the top of the first, with runners at first and third. Runner takes off, swing, and a ball. The bat went flying out of the hands. Ends up being a foul ball. And Johnny Lyons had to jump out of the way over at third base. Oh, man. Don't see that very often. And the pine tar, maybe some new gloves. Hey, something just to make sure that he hangs on the bat next time. As it was a foul ball. He did get a piece of it, but lost the grip of the bat. Not wearing any batting gloves for Landon Johnson, so the ball completely slipped out of his bat, or out of his bat slipped out of his hands. So the count is 0-1 on a foul ball and a flying bat. Runners back to first base, who is off with the pitch. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Runner takes off again. That one just inside for a ball. No throw to second. So it's now second and third. Here with 2 away. Base it. Could put up a 7 spot. 1-1 pitch. That one's fouled back. It'll get over atop the press box, and it's now 1-2. So I mentioned earlier in Game 1 that if Post State doesn't beat Bellevue, they would play in the 8 o'clock game. I guess that's not entirely truthful because Mitchell, if they lose to Post 22, it would then come down to a tiebreaker and with runs allowed per innings played. Here's the 1-2 pitch from Hunsley. There's a ground ball over to Lyons at third base. His throw across the diamond is caught by Nedved at first, and that retires the side. Here in the top of the first inning. 5 runs, 3 hits, no errors, and 2 men left on base. We have played a half inning, and Bellevue East has a 5-0 lead. Listening to Post State Baseball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
If you're in the market for a new home, call my mom or grandma, Kathy. Sunshine Properties is my mom and my grandma.
When you're ready to buy or sell, rely on us, Kathy Sunshine Properties. We'll help you to buy or sell with confidence. When you're out and about, stop and see us at our new location on the corner of Capitol and Central here in Pierre.
Hey you. Are you at a job that is fulfilling, has good benefits to support you or a family today, and retirement goes down the road? If you just said no, listen up. CHS River Plains is hiring operations personnel, drivers, and custom applicators at several locations. These come with a knockout affordable benefit package for you and the whole family. Apply to a job with CHS River Plains and up your benefits straight up. To apply, visit us online at chsriverplains.com or stop in at one of our locations. CHS is an equal opportunity employer.
As we welcome you back here to the bottom of the first inning, and Post State has their work cut out in front of them, as it will be George Staley lead things off. Jaden Wiebe will bat second and play second. Jack Merkwan, the left fielder, batting third. Johnny Lyons, the third baseman, batting cleanup. Gary Nedved, the first baseman, batting fifth. Spencer Lettler, the right fielder, batting sixth. Matthew Hansen, the shortstop, batting seventh. Connor Bruce, the DH, batting eighth. And Brecken Kruger, the center fielder, will bat ninth. So here is George Staley, who went 2 for 4 in the ball game, reaching base 4 times in the 9-5 win. He had a 2 RBI triple in the top of the 6th that tied the ball game up. And then he scored the 9th run of the ball game for Post State. First pitch is at the knees for strike 1. As Cole Halbrook is on the mound. And for Halbrook, he is thrown 9 innings. This will be his 3rd start, as the count is 1-1 here to Staley. All his appearances have been starts. He has given up 7 hits, 4 runs, 2 of them earned, 4 walks, and his ERA is 1.56 and a WHIP of 1.22. Count is 2-1 here to Staley. He'll fly that one out to right field. In foul territory, the right fielder sliding makes the catch to retire Staley for the first out here in the bottom of the first. And we'll bring up Jaden Wiebe, the second baseman. Wiebe in last game went 2 for 5 and a 2 RBI single. That extended the lead up to 8-5 for Post State. Here's the first pitch from Halbrook to Wiebe outside for ball 1. A 5-0 lead here for Bellevue East. In the bottom of the first inning, 1-0 pitch. Wiebe will get the first hit of the ball game for Post State. One hopper to the left fielder, hit that one on a line, hit that one well, did Jaden Wiebe. And there's 1 on and 1 out here in the bottom of the first, and we'll bring up Jack Merkwan, the left fielder. Merkwan had an RBI ground out that gave Post State the 9-5 lead in the top of the 8th inning. Went 0 for 2 in the game. He started out, he was the pitcher through 4 innings. Nedved hit in the 5th. He ended up going 1 for 3 with an RBI. Then Merkwan went to center field as he was well out in front of that first pitch, and Merkwan ended up fouling off the end of the bat and went over to Johnny Lyons, who was standing on deck in the cleanup spot for Post State. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That one will miss low and outside, and it's now 1-1. Weeby leads away from first. 1 on and 1 out. Pickoff attempt, and easily back in is Weeby. Here's the 1-1. Weeby takes off, pitches low and away, the throw to second, and sliding head first and safely is Weeby at second base. So the count is now 2-1. Here to Merkwan. And Jack Merkwan trying to drive in Post State's first run. 2-1 pitch. He thought about it, was able to hang back, and it's now a 3-1 count. Here with 1 out in the bottom of the first. Here's a 3-1 pitch. Misses for ball 4. A 1 out walk. And it's now first and second. Here with 1 away. And Johnny Lyons will come to the plate. Lyons 2 for 5 in the game earlier today. He's been one of the most consistent hitters here for Post State to open up the season. Get a full total of batting average here by the time we get to Tuesday for sure. But Lyons will take ball 1 low. Weeby will take off for third. The throw coming in. He slides in safely. And a really good job by Weeby. And you see a lot of times guys are not used to the turf, especially you don't play on the turf like Post State does. They play on the natural grass and the infield dirt. But you see guys sliding too late for turf because you got to start your slide earlier because you will glide across the carpet as Lyons waits on the 1-0. It's taken for a strike. It's now 1-1. Because you're able to do that, and you start that slide early, you can get in there on time, but if you start too late, then you slide past the bag. Can't get yourself to stop. There's a ground ball. Left side, runner will come in to score. Throw to first is in time. An RBI ground out here for John Lyons. And it's now a 5-1 ball game with 2 outs. And Gary Nedved's got the opportunity to drive in the second run. A productive out for Post State. And there's now 2 away. Gary Nedved, 1 for 3 with an RBI in last game's win. Here's the first pitch. Nedved will pop it up in foul territory. The catcher will call for it, and Lucas will make the catch and retire the side. 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, 1 man left on base. 5-1, Bellevue leads over Pierre after 1. You're listening to Post State Baseball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping wants to make it easy for you to get that lush green lawn and that yard haven that you've been dreaming of. Visit dakotasprinkler.com to make appointments for sprinkler system spring startup, service calls, fall winterization, and landscaping quotes. Trust Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping's professionals to get you through the planning and installation to make your landscaping needs a reality. Visit dakotasprinkler.com today.
Wagner Auto Company is your complete transportation headquarters. You'll find a great selection of quality new Buick, GMC, Chrysler, Dodge, Ram, and Jeep vehicles, plus a great selection of quality pre-owned and certified pre-owned vehicles. They'll take good care of you after the sale with a full-service parts and body shop, along with a friendly financing team that'll do their best to get you into your next new or pre-owned vehicle with financing that fits your budget. Wagner Auto is your local, family-owned, full-service dealership in Pierre. WagnerAuto.com. That's WagnerAuto.com.
Top of the second, it is a 5-1 lead for Bellevue East as they will have 2, 3, and 4. Grayson Hunsley got the final 2 outs, and the 2 men that he faced, although another run came in to score, Bennett Dean ended up going a third of an inning, gave up 5 runs, 3 hits, 5 walks, and 1 strikeout for the super senior. Now Grayson Hunsley on in relief. Here in the top of the second, Cooper Brown, Blake Irwin, and A.J. Lucas. Brown walked and came around to score. He also was part of the jousting win during the rain delay for Bellevue East. Here's the first pitch. That'll miss low for ball 1. If you can go back on this video on KCCR Sports, and after this game is over with, of course, but you can go back and watch the joust. Blake Dean was in here with me to buy some time. Well, and we got to call our first joust contest, and nobody really won, but Coach White threw in the white flag. He threw the towel and made sure that nobody got hurt. There's a ground ball left side, fielded by John Lyons at third. Leadoff man retired. Back-to-back groundouts to Lyons, going back to the bottom of the first inning. And there's now 1 down, and it will bring up Blake Irwin, the shortstop. He got the first RBI, the first of 5 runs to score for Bellevue. RBI single and came around to score. Part of the 2 RBI single from Evan Gana. Here's the first pitch, missing for ball 1 to Blake Irwin. Irwin was 1 for 5 with a double coming into this contest. Here's a hard line shot that is foul, and it's out of play. Irwin was just a tad in front of that pitch from Grayson Hunsley. And the count is even at a ball and a strike. Hunsley will work out the stretch with nobody on base. Here's the 1-1. That one is popped up on the infield. Matthew Hansen will call for it. Just behind the second base bag. He'll make the catch. And there's now 2 down. And bring up A.J. Lucas. Lucas walked and came around to score. Lucas has 3 hits so far, most on the team. That one's popped up, and that will get out of play on the left side. And it'll roll its way down almost all the way back to the dugout. And a young fan will pick it up, although he was in the lucky spot. Young lady was just about had it, but it went off the bleachers and it found its way all the way down towards the dugout. The young man was standing right there. That one's popped up left side. Long run coming in, but Jack Merquan is there. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Grayson Hunsley. He's retired all 5 men that he's faced so far. After an inning and a half, 5-1 lead for Bellevue over Pierre. Listen to Post-8 Baseball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Comtech is a total technology solutions provider. Comtech is ready to get technology to work for you, not against you. Stop in to Comtech to see our selection of TVs, home audio systems, computers, and security systems. They have brand names like Samsung, Bose, Sonos, and Lenovo, just to name a few. Comtech has what you're looking for in technology. Stop in at 1601 Lowell Avenue in Pierre or visit their website at comtechplus.com. Comtech, your trusted technology solutions provider.
Dr. Nick and Chelsea Redeman at Floss Dentistry in Pierre is family owned and operated. They have modern practice with skill and caring staff. They have same-day availability. Floss Dentistry is located at 603 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre with hours Monday through Thursday from 8 to 5. Give them a call at 605-224-2161 and don't put off that scheduled cleaning any longer. Floss Dentistry, 603 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre, or give Dr. Nick and Chelsea Redeman a call at 605-224-2161.
Bottom of the second, Post-8 down 5-1. Spencer Lettler, Matthew Hansen, and Connor Bruce, the first 3 hitters here for the 8s. as Halbrook has a 5-1 advantage. And Spencer Lettler will be the first man to greet him. He exited the game early against the Brookings Bandits. We'll be looking to hit here for Post State. 5 runs, 3 hits, no errors so far for Bellevue. 1 run, 1 hit, no errors for the Eights as we head into the bottom of the second. So here's Spencer Lettler to lead things off here in the bottom of the second. Bellevue was spotted 5 runs to begin this contest, and now the Eights are going to try and find a way to battle all the way back. They got their first run of the 5 back in that bottom of the first as the first pitch is outside for ball 1 to Lettler. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That one will be taken for a strike, and it's now 1-1. It was right at the knees on Lettler. Here's the 1-1. Bouncing in, and the count's now 2-1 here to Lettler. Here's a 2-1. That one also missing. Matt Hansen waiting on deck with a 3-1 count. Upcoming here to Spencer Lettler. 1 walk so far from Halbrook. From Cole Halbrook, the starter for Bellevue East. 3-1 pitch on the outside edge. And it's now 3-2. Full count pitch from Cole Halbrook to Spencer Lettler. That's outside, and it will be a leadoff walk. And the leadoff man on base for the first time here for Post State. And it'll bring up Matthew Hansen, the shortstop. Hansen, 3 hits, 3 singles, went 3 for 4 in the ball game against Fargo a couple hours ago. First pitch to Hansen, right down the middle for strike 1. Hansen starting to dial it back in, or I guess not even dial it back in, dialing it in here for the summer. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That's upstairs, and it's now 1-1. Been at shortstop this whole tournament. Lincoln Keenholz will rejoin the team on Tuesday. Here's the 1-1 pitch. That one will miss low, and it's now 2-1. Important games on Wednesday against both Spearfish and Sioux Falls East. And then Friday and Saturday against Post 22. As it counts now 3-1 here to Hansen. They'll play Casper, Wyoming, as well as Post 22 on Saturday. They'll play the Hard Hats in one single game Friday night next week. Here's a 3-1 pitch to Matthew Hansen. Inside edge, taken for a strike, and the count's now 3-2. Hansen started to make his way to first base, and now he'll step back to the batter's box. Lettler will lead away from first. Here's the 3-2 pitch. That one will miss for ball 4, and it will be another walk. And it's first and second with nobody out, and Connor Bruce, the DH, will come to the plate. Brecken Kruger is on deck. First and second here with nobody out. Bruce will dig in. He was hit by a pitch in his only trip to the plate in the 9-0 no-hit. As he shows bunt, pulls it back, taking it outside for ball 1. It was Bradley Fieser who faced 1 over the minimum in the game against Cheyenne, showing bunt again, pulling it back and taking it for a strike. And the count is even at a ball and a strike now here to Bruce. Lettler leads away from second. Hansen at first. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Bruce showing bunt, offers and misses, and it's now 1-2. So Bruce will dig back in. And here is now the 1-2 pitch. Instead, stepping off was Halbrook. He'll dig his way back in again. And deliver the 1-2. Bruce out to left field. That's down for a base hit. One run will come in to score. Partially booted by the shortstop, or by the left fielder. The throw coming to the shortstop. Bruce will get his way to second on the throw. And it's an RBI single for Connor Bruce. And it's a 5-2 ball game. Runners at second and third with nobody out. And Bruce is batting 1,000. And he's got an RBI to boot. And it's now the number 9 hitter, Brecken Kruger. A base hit could make this a one-run ball game. Here's the first pitch to Kruger. And Kruger will sky this out to left field, left center field. The runner will tag from third. Throw coming in. It's now a 5-3 ball game. An RBI sac fly from Brecken Kruger. And Bruce stays at second with the ball out in left center field, but an RBI sac fly for Brecken Kruger. And there's still 1 on and 1 out. And George Staley will come back to the plate. Staley with a base hit can make it a one-run ball game. 5-3 now our score. Here in the bottom of the second with 1 away. Staley right side, able to move Bruce to third. The play made by the second baseman Johnson. And there's now 2 down. Here in the bottom of the second. And it's now a runner on third with 2 away. So Jaden Wiebe, who singled and came around to score. And first pitch misses low for ball 1. Wiebe singled, scored on the RBI ground out from John Lyons, which made it 5-1. Now it's 5-3, and Wiebe can make it 5-4. As there's a ground ball left side, but gobbled up by the shortstop Irwin. The throw to first is in the turf, but scooped out by the first baseman Theed. And it retires the side here in the bottom of the second. 2-run score on 1 hit in the inning. There are no errors and 1 man left on base. We head to the top of the third. 5-3, Post State trails Bellevue East. You're listening to Post State Baseball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Did you miss your exit? For the second time in a row. Ooh, 3rd time's a charm. You deserve a treat for that time on the road. Did you lose your favorite sunglasses?
Yes, and they were on my head.
Or did you remember your wallet, but forget your phone instead? So sweet, unique. Baby, there's nothing better. I bet you've probably done something that deserves a Dr. Pepper. Did you meal prep all your lunches and order tacos instead?
I'm so ashamed. Please don't tell my wife.
I went to the grocery store and actually remembered my reusable bags.
Earth-friendly, so safe. It's one of a kind, it'll blow your mind. That deserves a Dr. Pepper.
As we welcome you back here to the Fitz, as Post State now down 5-3. Grayson Hunsley on the mound. He's retired all 5 men that he's faced so far. Evan Gahn, as well as Parker Schuler and Mason Chandler, the first 3 hitters against Grayson Hunsley. As Gahn has got an RBI, 2 RBI single back at the top of the first inning. Post State was down 5-0 at the end of the top of the first. Scored 1 in the first and then 2 in the second. So they put themselves back within 2 as we play here in the top of the third. Here's the first pitch from Grayson Hunsley, and it's popped up in the shallow outfield. Jaden Wiebe, the second baseman, will make the catch. And the leadoff man retired here at the top of the third. Brings up Parker Skyler, the DH. Skyler struck out swinging in his first trip to the plate. See, Skyler is up, not Skyler. The Skyler first pitch is missed for ball one. So thanks to Jackie Hansen texting and saying that the game on Friday has been canceled, but the Saturday games are still on. So just on Saturday, no Friday game. Make the trip out here to the Fitz on Saturday to face Casper, Wyoming in post 22. But will not play on Friday. That one will come in and hit Skyler and be the first base runner allowed by Grayson Hunsley, as Mason Chandler now will come to the plate. Again, thanks to Jackie Hansen for that update to make sure that I stay on schedule and then keep you on schedule as well here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. So here's Mason Chandler, walked and was stranded at third back at the top of the first inning. First pitch will miss low for ball one. Cooper Cisavello will be the next man, then followed by Tyler Theed. That is 7, 8, 9 now in the order with one on and one out here in the top of the third. Here's a 1-0 pitch. Line shot right to Lyons, but off the glove. Nearly made the catch, but it ended up being a base hit. As first and second here with one down. That was a hard rip there from Chandler. And we'll bring up Cooper Cisavello with runners at first and second now and one out. I don't think they're going to charge Lions with the air. But that's a tough air for John Lyons. That was ripped on a line. Here's the first pitch, missing for ball one to Cisavello, who also drew a walk his first trip to the plate. Runners at first and second here with one down. That one will miss low, and it's now 2-0. Five-3 score here in the top of the third inning. Here's the 2-0 from Hunsley to Cisavello. Swing and a miss. Well out in front of that off-speed pitch. The count goes to 2-1. From the stretch, here's a 2-1. Nearly hits him. He's able to back out of the way, so the count's now 3-1. On deck is Tyler Theed, the number 9 man in the order. First and second here, the 3-1 pitch from Hunsley. That one is taken for a strike, and it's now a full count at 3-2. This is still yet not the final game of the day. Mitchell and post 22 will play next to round out pool play. Mitchell right now at 1-2, and post 22 at 3-0. There's a ground ball. Lyons is able to stop. He'll throw to second for one. Wiebe back to first. It's going to be a time for a 5-4-3 double play. What a diving stop there by Lyons. He's able to start the 5-4-3 double play. Ends the inning. Another 0 on the board for Bellevue East. No runs, no hits, one error, and one man left on base. After 2.5, 5-3 lead for the Bellevue East over Pierre. You're listening to Post-State Baseball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Insurance. We all need it to protect our homes, health, businesses, and belongings. But having adequate coverage is just the beginning. You also need the support of professionals who stand by your side to protect what's important to you. Fisher Rounds & Associates combines the coverage you want with the commitment you need. Fisher Rounds & Associates, at your service, at your side, with offices in Pierre, Mitchell, Watertown, Sioux Falls, and Rapid City.
BankWest Insurance has the expertise and resources to deliver personalized service and customized solutions. As an independent agency, we shop dozens of companies to get you the best coverage at the best price. As your trusted choice for insurance coverage, we promise to go the extra mile so you can rest assured your loved ones and your assets are protected. Contact your local agent to put BankWest Insurance to work for you.
Not a deposit, not FDIC insured, not insured by any federal agency, not guaranteed by any bank, may go down in value, equal opportunity provider.
3, 4, and 5 here for Post States with a 5-3 game. Here in the bottom of the third, Jack Merquan along with Johnny Lyons and Gary Nedved be the first three hitters for the Eights. Merquan walked, stranded at third base, back in the bottom of the first inning. Here's the first pitch from Holbrook to Merquan. That misses low for ball one. Lions had a ground out RBI, and Nedved also popped out their first three trips to the plate. Merquan will pop that one foul out of play. And the count is now 1-1 here to the Eights left fielder. Pirates still trying to find their way back into this game. Down 5-0 after the top of the first. Battle back down within 2. That one will skip in. A breaking ball that went about 40 feet. So the count is now 2-1. Here to Jack Merquan. 2-1 pitch on its way. That is upstairs. It is now 3-1. Here to the Eights left fielder. Johnny Lyons is on deck. Here's the 3-1. That one at the knees, now 3-2. Straight away here for Merquan, the leadoff man here in the bottom of the third. 3-2 pitch. Taken for strike 3, and Merquan will go down. First strikeout of the ball game for Holbrook, and there's one down to open up the bottom of the third. And you go back to last game, Staley struck out swinging to open up the game. And since then, to this point, Post State had not struck out since then. But Merquan does become the first strikeout victim of the day for Bellevue East. First pitch misses for ball one. Coming from Cole Halbrook, the Bellevue East starting pitcher. Here's the 1-0. Upstairs, 2-0 here to Lions. Got the RBI. They get Post State on the board in the bottom of the first on a ground out. Made it 5-1 at the time, now 5-3. Here's a 2-0. That one's at the knees, now 2-1. And tomorrow, make sure that you are joining us for Post State Baseball on KCCR Sports on YouTube. And most likely will be on Capital City Rock radio station. Counts 3-1 here to Lions. But on KCCR, we'll have Game 3 of the Eastern Conference Finals between New York, as that's a walk issue to Lions, New York and Tampa Bay. And then Game 2 of the NBA Finals between Golden State and the Boston Celtics, as we'll have a mound visit on the walk issued to Lions, as they'll talk with Halbrook on the mound. What a comeback for Boston in Game 1 of that series, as they take that first game and add to Golden State, who had not lost at home all postseason until then, and looking to maybe take a 2-0 lead back to Boston. As I said it on Thursday, I believe it was Game 1. Yep, Thursday was Game 1 of the series, and They said that it's going to be Golden State in 6. I guess I'm going to stick with it. But Spencer Kelly, who's back at the station, our technical producer, will have to send me his prediction. I have somebody else to say who they think's going to win, or maybe he's got the same prediction as I do. I don't know. Runner on first. One out here in the bottom of the third. Here's the first pitch to Nedved. That one will bounce in for ball 1. Nedved popped out to the catcher in his first trip to the plate. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Off the end of the bat, tough ground ball on the right side. No chance for double play. Underhand flip from the second baseman, Johnson, will retire Nedved. There's now 2 down. And to second is Johnny Lyons. So it'll be Spencer Lettler now, the right fielder. Spencer Kelly, he's going to go even farther than just a prediction. He says Warriors in 7, with Draymond Green being the finals MVP. So you heard it here on KCCR and on YouTube at 7:47 Central Time. Even after a Game 1 loss, Spencer Kelly believes that the Warriors will win in 7, with Draymond Green being the finals MVP. Here's a 1-0 pitch to Spencer Lettler. Here's a ground ball right side, fielded by the second baseman. The throw to first will retire Lettler. And that will be the end of the third inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 man left on base after 3 completes. 5-3 lead for Bellevue over Pierre. Listen to Post-State Baseball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
At the Y, we're more than a gym. We're a cause-driven charitable organization nurturing the potential of every youth, adult, and senior in our community. From advocacy to childcare, disease prevention to athletics, swim lessons to safe spaces, our mission ensures that everyone, regardless of their financial situation, can participate in the services that we offer at the Y. We invite you to stop in and check out our youth sports, summer camps, group exercise classes, swim lessons, and so much more. Discover your Y at the Oahe Family YMCA in Pierre, where we are for youth development, healthy living, and social responsibility.
Building a home. It's the biggest investment most of us make in a lifetime. Not to mention it's a decision that, well, you pretty much live with day and night. The quality of the workmanship stares back at you like a reflection. It also affects the value of your investment. Choosing the right contractor is critical. Kruger Contracting is that contractor. Call 222-2523. Quality workmanship and materials completed on time. Kruger Contracting. In a word, quality. Call 222-2523.
Top of the 4th inning, Post-State's down 5-3 as we welcome you back here to the Fitz. And it will be for Bellevue, 9-1-2. Tyler Thied, Lena Johnson, and Cooper Brown, the first 3 hitters here in the top of the 4th. So Thied had a sac fly RBI back in the top of the 1st inning, which made it a 5-0 ball game. That one will be fouled back and out of play. And it's 0-1 here to Thied. Hunsley will come set from the stretch. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Here's a ground ball right back to Hunsley. He will step and throw. And the leadoff man is retired. Here to open things up in the top of the 4th inning. And that'll bring up the top of the order, Lena Johnson, then to Cooper Brown. Of course, Spencer Kelly, who, again, our technical producer for the doubleheader, he threw 10 2/3 innings for the spring team. Went 2-0 in the 5 appearances, 3 starts for the Governors. There's a ground ball through the whole left side for a base hit for Johnson. That's the first hit against Hunsley on the mound here this evening. Yeah, the ERA, well, the ERA was 8.53 and a whip of 2.25, but it's when you throw 10 2/3 innings, that ERA is a little bit higher than what it would normally be if you extend that out farther along. Showing bunt is Cooper Brown. He'll pull it back. He'll try and swing his way on base, and he fouls the first pitch back. But Kelly did that with we're going to have Coach White come out and talk with Hunsley. Kelly did that as a dual sport athlete. He did it as a dual sport athlete at tennis and baseball. And just like him and Matt Hansen, the two tennis guys that played baseball, and they had some really busy weeks towards the end of the season where the Governors were playing 4 days of the week, and tennis was playing 3 of those 4 days, or 2 of the 4 days, and had another day where it was just tennis, another day where it was just baseball, and then everything else kind of collide together. And so that was a lot of work between both those guys that had to put in. And Spencer Kelly, by the way, he finished it out to his tennis career with a singles Flight 5 state championship. It's a pretty impressive finish to a high school career. Here's the 0-1 pitch. A bunt is laid down. It'll be played by Hunsley. He'll step and throw to first to retire the runner, and then Nedved is stepped on. And he is in a lot of pain over at first base. And so there's 2 down. Runner will go to second. And Nedved will try and walk it off. He got stepped on by the cleat of Brown on the sac bunt. Score it 1-3. And Nedved immediately took his cleat off and is trying to work out the foot. I think he may be okay. Those are scary things to have happen, because it hurts to get that cleat stepped on you. He seems to be okay. He's kind of trying to work it out right now. Should be able to stay in the ball game, it looks like. But there's 2 down, a runner on second here with the number 3 hitter in Blake Irwin to come to the plate. And Nedved seems to be able to shake off the cobwebs. And so he'll stay in the ball game. The runner will be at second here with 2 down. And Blake Dean, he was ready to come out of the field and make sure that Nedved was okay. The jack of all trades, Mr. Blake Dean. 2 outs, runner on second. Here's the first pitch to Irwin. That's taken for strike 1. You go back to finish in the talking about Spencer Kelly, who won the Flight 5 state championship. In the first set, the shoulder came out of place. Was able to get it back into place, and which are automatically, I think a lot of people probably cringe at that thought, as that one is skied out of play on the left side, and it's now 0-2. But for Spencer Kelly, knowing that that was his final match as a tennis player, I guess he had still had to play a little bit to doubles, but in a state championship in his senior year, was not going to give that up. And he came back and won. Well, he didn't even come back. He just continued to play well and then to win the state championship. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Runner takes off for third. It will hit the man at the plate, so having to go back to second is going to be Johnson. Irwin is now at first on the hit by pitch, but an 0-2 hit by pitch is not what you want to have happen. It still makes it first and second, but now here's A.J. Lucas. Of all the 9 guys in the lineup, this is the most dangerous guy that will come to the plate. With 2 outs, runners at first and second. 5-3, the Eights trail. Looking for another 0 here on the board from Grayson Hunsley. Nedved will come in front of the first base bag. First pitch is launched out to left field. Jack Merkwan in front of the track will make the catch, and it's a loud third out. here in the top of the fourth inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 man left on base. 2 men left on base. We have played 3.5, and the Eights down 5-3 to Bellevue East. You're listening to Post 8 Baseball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
The count may change with every pitch, but what doesn't change is God's love for you. Come join us at Faith Lutheran Church to hear about the God who blesses us with athletic skill, meaningful relationships, and the peace and comfort that comes from his son Jesus. You can worship on Wednesday evenings at 7 p.m. or on Sunday mornings at 8:30 or 11 a.m. Faith Lutheran Church is up the hill at 714 North Grand and happy to support our athletes, their families, and our community.
Looking for your next new or used car, truck, or SUV? Then go no further than the comfort of your own home. Shop online at lambmotor.com. On lambmotor.com, you'll find the vehicles Lambs has in stock. You can schedule a test drive or your vehicle's next tune-up, all online. New or used, shop for it all online, anywhere you are. Lamb Motor has the right vehicle for you. Lamb Motor in Oneida and online, lambmotor.com.
Matthew Hansen will lead things off here for Post States, as it is a 5-3 game here in the bottom of the fourth. 7, 8, 9. Matthew Hansen, Connor Bruce, and Brecken Kruger. Post State still down by 2, 5-3. They scored in the first and scored in the second, but were held off the scoreboard in the third. As we get about halfway through this ball game, and the Aces are trying to mount at least a 5-run comeback. They were down 5-0 after the top of the first, and have pushed the last 3 across. As Holbrook is slow to get, well, I guess the catcher and A.J. Lucas was the man that made the last out, so a little bit slower to get the warm-ups going here. Tomorrow, Post State, again, we have to wait to see how things end up tonight and what time they will play tomorrow. They'll either play at Pete Lean or the Fitz, and the times are all the same in terms of if you're the 7 or 8 seed, you're playing at 8 o'clock. 5th and 6th seed will play at 10:30. These are all mountain time, local time here. 3rd and 4th play at 1, and then the championship at 3:30, whether you're the 1st or 2nd seed. So as long as Pierre wins this ball game, they will be playing at 10:30 at the earliest. And if they lose, then things become a little bit interesting. Here's the first pitch to Matthew Hansen. He'll ground that one over the left side. Off the glove of the shortstop, and no chance to get the leadoff man Hansen. So he is on to open things up here in the bottom of the fourth. And it will be an air charge to the shortstop, Irwin. And we'll bring up Connor Bruce. Bruce had an RBI single out in the left center field in his first trip to the plate. So he's been on base both times he's been in the plate so far this season for Post State. Here's the first pitch to Bruce. That one will get to the backstop, and Matt Hansen will easily take second. So a runner on second here with nobody out. And Matt Hansen was thinking about going to third base, but the time had been called, the new baseball was given. So here is, let's have step off here. And Holbrook will come set from the stretch. Here's the 1-0 to Bruce. He'll pop that one foul out of play. And it's now 1-1. Holbrook from the stretch. Here's the 1-1. Nope, instead he'll step off again. Just 2 hits so far here for Post State. One the first and one the second. Here's a 1-1 pitch. That one will skip to the backstop. And to third base will be Matthew Hansen. With a 2-1 count, a base hit will easily make this a 5-4 ball game. A ground ball can make this a 5-4 ball game. Anywhere but to third base, anywhere but the corners, and right back to the pitcher. Here's the 2-1 pitch. That one will be grounded foul over to the third base dugout. And the play is made by the coaching staff of Bellevue East. So it's now a 2-2 count. Here's the pitch. Bouncing in. Scoop getting away. Matthew Hansen reads it right, slides in head first safely. And he is in to make it a 5-4 ball game. He goes all the way around the bases on 3 different wild pitches. And Pierre is drawn back now within 1, 5-4. Nobody on and nobody out here in the bottom of the 4th inning. You listen to KCCR Pierre, a Riverfront broadcasting station. Bow State started 5-0 down in the top of the first. Scored 1 in the first, 2 in the second, and now 1 here in the 4th. To pull back within 1, 5-4, as Bruce fouls that pitch back to remain at 3-2. Grayson Hunsley has come in relief after Bennett Dean only just went a third of an inning. Gave up all 5 runs. Hunsley's got zeros in the second, third, and fourth. Bruce, a ground ball left side up the middle. Fielded by the shortstop. This time the play is made by Irwin. And the leadoff man, or excuse me, not the leadoff man, but the first out recorded here in the bottom of the 4th. And they'll bring up Brecken Kruger, the number 9 man. He had the sac fly RBI that pulled Pierre within 2. Back in the bottom of the 2nd. Nobody on and 1 down here in the bottom of the 4th. Here's the first pitch. Misses low for ball 1 to Kruger. Kruger had 2 RBIs last game. Picked up the win on the mound as well. Ran into a fielder's choice, got the RBI, then had the RBI single to help his cause out in the top of the 8th. Counts now 1-1. That one caught the bottom of the zone. And for Kruger, I believe he was the one that got Post State the lead in the top of the 8th. That one's flown out towards right field, coming into the line and making the catch as the right fielder and gone, and there's now 2 down. And it brings up the top of the order and George Staley. And another mound visit here for Bellevue East. Staley's 0 for 2. Flew out to right field and also ground out to the right side. As there's 2 down here, nobody on in the bottom of the 4th. And a long mound visit here. Nobody warming up in the bullpen for Bellevue. So now with 2 away, nobody on base. Staley will step to the plate. And the only hits so far, Jane Wiebe, who's on deck, and then Connor Bruce's RBI single. Here's the first pitch, taken for strike 1. Here to Staley. Holbrook looking to get through 4 complete with his team still up in the lead, but George Staley will have a 2-out base hit as that'll get out into right center field. Cut off by the center fielder in Cisavello, and the inning will continue. Third hit of the ball game now here for Post State. And here's Jaden Wiebe with the speed of Staley and off with contact. A ball in the gap or down the line, it could score Staley. We'll see if Staley has the green light to steal. He takes off on the first pitch, taken for a strike. The throw to second is going to be wide of the bag. And Staley is in scoring position now, so a base hit will score Staley. With 2 outs here in the inning. So Jaden Wiebe looking for his second hit. Pick up his first RBI of the ball game. Pickoff attempt and no throw from the pitcher in Halbrook. Here's the 0-1. Wiebe will pop it up into shallow center field. That long run coming in. The center fielder will call for it, and Cisavello will make the catch and retire the side. 1 run does score on 1 hit in the inning, 1 error, and 1 man left on base. After 4 completes, it is 5-4. Bellevue leads Pierre. You're listening to Post State Baseball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
No one likes to have electrical problems, but when they happen, call Todd's Electric at 223-2518. With over 28 years of experience, Todd's Electric can handle any type of electrical problem, whether it's residential, commercial, or agricultural. Their knowledgeable staff knows and understands the importance of your home, business, or ag facility and are prepared to help. Call Todd's Electric at 223-2518. That's 223-2518. Todd's Electric, serving the Pierre and Fort Pierre areas. The line to power.
It takes hard work to reach goals. It's a truth that applies to more than just sports. It also goes for your financial goals. You work hard for your money. You deserve an investment strategy that lines up with your game plan. Your local Edward Jones financial advisor can help. If your investments aren't getting you closer to the win, visit edwardjones.com or stop by your local Pierre area Edward Jones office for a financial review. Edward Jones, making sense of investing. Member SIPC.
Top of the 5th inning. Post State down 5-4. Grayson Hunsley here in relief has gotten 3 shutout innings, and he will have now 5, 6, and 7 to open things up in the top of the 5th. And for Post State, the way the trend has been going, maybe one more 0, and you can find yourself back to having a tie ball game at least a tie ball game by the end of the 5th. Evan Gahn to lead things off. Here's the first pitch from from Hunsley to Gahn. That one will get away from Stalley, and it's now 1-0. These guys are battery mates, but also both catchers, Hunsley and Stalley. Hunsley's caught Stalley a couple innings, and now Stalley is returning the favor. Ground ball foul down the third base line. And the count is even at a ball and a strike to Evan Gahn, who is 1 for 2 with an RBI, 2 RBI single back in the first, and popped out to Wiebe back at the top of the third. Here's the 1-1. Upstairs is now 2-1. Straight away here for Gahn with 2-1 count, and the pitch is fouled back. 325 down the lines here in left and right at the Fitz. 393 in the gaps out of left center and right center. Last year while we were here, and just a doubleheader, the only time that we made our way out to the Fitz, Aaron Booth hit a home run off the foul pole for Post State. 2-2 pitch. Curveball looked out for strike 3. And there's the first strikeout of the ball game for Grayson Hunsley. And the slow breaking ball, unable to pull the trigger, was gone, and it's now 1 down. And here's Parker Skyler, who is 0 for 1, struck out swinging, hit by a pitch. He was the lone strikeout victim for Bennett Dean in the ball game. Here's the first pitch. That was taken for strike 1. So Skyler has not been able to put the bat on the ball, or at least to the point of not being able to. He hasn't swung the bat very much. Hey, that one will be just down the line foul, and it's now 0-2. Here to Parker Skyler. 0-2 count here with 1 down in the top of the 5th. Each team with 1 more run than hit. 5 runs, 4 hits, 1 error for Bellevue. 4 runs, 3 hits, and 1 error for Pierre. There's a ground ball left side, gobbled up by Lyons over at third. The throw to first is in time, and there's now 2 down. And Lyons has played that position well over there at third base over the last couple of games. Making a really nice play that started a 5-4-3 double play back at the top of the third, as Mason Chandler will come to the plate. I say that, and he got charged for an error and when Chandler reached base, but he made up for it the next play with that diving stop to start a 5-4-3 double play. First pitch misses for ball one to Mason Chandler. He walked, reached on air. It's 2 trips to the plate so far. Here's the 1-0. Swing and a miss. And it's now 1-1. Chandler was way ahead of the off speed from Grayson Hunsley. Here's the 1-1 from Hunsley. That one's out towards left center field. A long run going over, diving for it, and unable to make the catch as Kruger goes all the way out to the wall. Merkwan will cut it off before it got to the wall, and it turns into a 2-out double for Mason Chandler. And a full-out extension dive there from Brecken Kruger, just unable to make the catch. And put that up on SportsCenter if you'd have made that play. So now here's Cooper Cisavello. Walked and also ground into a double play. A runner on second here with 2 away here in the top of the 5th inning. Grayson Hunsley will come set from the stretch. That one's out to center field. Much easier play here for Brecken Kruger. He'll make the catch. And another 0 for Grayson Hunsley. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 man left on base. After 4.5, Post State still down 5-4 to Bellevue. You're listening to Post State Baseball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
When you're in the need for high-quality replacement auto parts, look no further than Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop in Pierre. Zanders has been servicing the Pierre area for over 40 years. Their professional parts techs can get you the parts you need and get you back on the road. Stop by Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop at 500 West Sioux in Pierre or call 224-9221. Zanders, your source for domestic and foreign auto parts and accessories.
Innovation. It's right here. Avera St. Mary's Hospital keeps care local for you and your family, offering comprehensive care that has earned 4 out of 5 stars by the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services in hospital performance and safety. Avera St. Mary's world-class care is further supported by advanced technology, 2-way video e-consults, 3D mammography, and a state-of-the-art birthing center, so you and your family don't have to go anywhere else, because innovation lives right here in Pierre. Learn more at avera.org/news.
As we welcome you back here at the bottom of the 5th inning, as Post State is down 5-4, and it will be 3, 4, and 5. Jack Merkwan, Johnny Lyons, and Gary Nedved here to the plate for Post State, trying to tie this ball game up. They've made their way back down 5-0 to bring it back within 5-4, and now be looking for at least 1 run here in this 5th inning, maybe a couple runs to give yourself the lead here in the bottom of the 5th. Here's the first pitch to Merkwan. He'll ground that one foul. Coach White, oh, baby, what a play over there at third base by Coach Brian White. The hands are still there. Sign them up. Able to vacuum that one up. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That one's taken for a strike and is now 0-2 to Jack Merkwan. Merkwan so far, he is 0 for 1, walked and then struck out looking. The only strikeout victim so far of the ball game for Hallbrook. That one will miss low and outside, and the count's now 1-2. That was a fantastic play there from Coach Brian White. Here's the 1-2 pitch. That one will miss. It's now 2-2. Able to set his feet, knowing that he's got the bare hand. He kind of glides it in, doesn't try and stab at it. Here's a 2-2 pitch. Merkwan floats it out to the right side. That will get out of play. And we'll do it again here at 2-2. Just technically sound with the bare hand. Over at the third base coaching box. Both he and Johnny Lyons have made some plays inside the coaching box this weekend. 2-2 pitch, one hopper. It's into the glove of the shortstop. The throw to first is just in time to retire Merkwan. The leadoff man retired here in the bottom of the 5th inning. And it will bring up Johnny Lyons. Speaking of guy with the soft mitts, Lyons is 0 for 1 with an RBI ground out. He walked his last trip to the plate. Lyons trying to continue his hot start to the season. Here's the first pitch to Lyons. Swings and misses. 0-1. Jacob Mayer now our technical producer for the rest of our ball game. Good to have him in the studio again. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That one is flown out to center field. Making the catch will be the center fielder in Cisavello. And there's now 2 down here in the bottom of the 5th inning, and it will bring up Gary Nedved. It was 0 for 2. He popped out in foul territory to the catcher, and then also grounded out to the second baseman in Johnson in his 2 trips to the plate so far. Sunglasses have been made their way out to left field. Cooper Brown had to get the sunglasses. That sun's is starting to just peek over the top of Fitzgerald. There's a ground ball to the shortstop, and again a throw to first is in time. So Irwin was able to make 2 plays in that inning, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Hallbrook in the 5th. 5-4 score, Bellevue over Pierre as we head to the top of the 6th inning. You're listening to Post-Day Baseball on KCCR, and you're watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
At Shane's Pharmacy, your health care is important, and Shane wants to be the pharmacist to take care of you. Shane's Pharmacy will make sure your prescriptions are filled in a timely manner, they will answer your questions, and they will even deliver to your home or office. Call 223-9200. Shane's Pharmacy, the pharmacy you know and trust. The number again is 223-9200. Shane's Pharmacy in Fort Pierre, proud to support high school athletics.
Ferding Electric has a long history of doing electrical work the right way. Economical service, professional work, and customer satisfaction is why they can say that. Ferding Electric can do residential, farm, and commercial projects. Doesn't matter if they are charged with new construction or a remodel project, they get it conducted. Contact the staff at Ferding Electric at 224-8684. They can light a spark into your next project. Ferding Electric, 224-8684.
It is the top of the 6th inning, and the 8's still down 5-4 as Grayson Hunsley will deal with 9-1-2 with Tyler Theed, Lena Johnson, and Cooper Brown. Here's the first pitch. Will bounce in for ball 1. There's been 5 runs in the first and nothing since then for Bellevue, in part to the solid relief effort for Grayson Hunsley, as he's gotten scoreless innings in the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th. That one will miss low, and it's now 2-0. But the job isn't done quite yet here for Grayson Hunsley. As we play here in the 6th, he's trying to fight his way through what would be 5 2/3 if he gets through this 6th inning. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Ground ball to the right side. Jaden Wiebe is over there. He will field. And the throw to first is in time to retire. Theodory to have the leadoff man out here in the top of the 6th. And it brings up Lena Johnson as we go back to the top of the order. Johnson is 1 for 2. He singled his last time. That was in the top of the 4th inning. We fall by Cooper Brown. First pitch misses for ball 1. And for Grayson Hunsley right now, this will be pitch number 50. That was pitch number 51, and the count's now 1-1. So Hunsley's got plenty of juice left in the tank in terms of pitches. That one just missing upstairs, and it's now 2-1. And in parts of why he has thrown his few pitches, too, that we've seen, is that he is No walks allowed, just one strikeout so far. Here's a 2-1. That one is skied out to left field. Jack Merkwan is over there. He'll make the catch, and there's 2 down now here in the top of the 6th inning. And it will bring up Cooper Brown. Had the sack bunt last trip to the plate. Brown is 0 for 1 with a walk, ground out, and a sack bunt. For Post State in the bottom of the 6th inning, it'll be 6, 7, and 8, Spencer Lettler, Matt Hansen, and Connor Bruce. First pitch, over for strike 1. To Brown. Hunsley came in the ball game, ended up being a sac fly RBI in the first guy that he faced, but he did retire him. That one's out to left field. That one will drop in for a 2-out hit. Merkwan cuts it off in the gap, so it'll just be a single for Brown, who is now 1 for 2 in the ball game. And it will extend the inning now to the number 3 hitter, Blake Irwin. But he retired the first 6 guys that he faced, as he got the final 2 outs in the first inning. In the first 2 guys he faced had a 1-2-3 second before hitting Parker Skyler in the top of the 3rd with 1 out. Here's the first pitch, over for strike 1 to Blake Irwin. With 2 outs, a runner on first here at the top of the 6th. In a 5-4 ball game. Hunsley, pickoff attempt, and the throw nearly got away from Nedved. The first base coach for Bellevue had to be dancing his way, and he didn't want to get hit by that pickoff attempt. Here's now the 0-1 pitch. Runner takes off, fouled back, and it's quickly 0-2. Here to Blake Irwin. 1 for 2 with RBI single. Popped out to the shortstop, Hansen. An 0-2 count here with 2 away. And the 0-2 pitch. Upstairs, swing and a miss for strike 3, and that will retire the side. Second strikeout of the ball game for Grayson Hunsley. Threw it above the eyes, and Irwin went chasing. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 man left on base. We head to the bottom of the 6th. It is still a 5-4 lead for Bellevue over Pierre. You listen to Post State Baseball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Are you building a new home or remodeling the old? Adding a fireplace can make a house a home. Olson Plumbing in Pierre carries a full line of Heatolator fireplaces. Whether your taste is traditional or contemporary, Olson Plumbing has a great selection of Heatolator fireplaces that will fit any style. Whether you're building new or updating, call Olson Plumbing. Heatolator Fireplaces, the first name in fireplaces. Olson Plumbing in Pierre is your source for the industry's largest selection of indoor-outdoor fireplaces, either gas or wood, and outdoor fire pits. Stop by their showroom at 2803 East Wells or give them a call, 224-6436.
Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota is serving the central South Dakota community and beyond with a great selection of used vehicles. Local trades and program vehicles are available. New Toyotas and new Fords are arriving and selling before they even hit the lot. So don't wait. Stop in and find out what's coming. If you've been thinking about ordering a new Ford, stop in and sit down with one of our sales specialists today. Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota at 518 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre. Call 605-224-7378 and visit CapitalCityFordToyota.com.
As we welcome you back here to the bottom of the 6th inning, and Post State's still down by 1, 5-4, as they're looking for an opportunity to break through against Hallbrook, who has been good so far. I mean, it's been, after the 5-run top of the first, 1 in the first, 2 in the second, and 1 in the 4th for Post State. Now here in the 6th, they're trying to climb their way all the way back. After winning the first game 9-5 over Fargo Post 400, the Eights had to come back from a 5-2 deficit and end up winning 9-5. Scored the last 7 runs, including a 4-run top of the 8th inning. to take game one of the doubleheader. Here's the first pitch to Spencer Lettler. He'll swing and sky this out towards left field. Going back on it, still going back. It's going to be over the head. It's going to bounce up against the wall. Lettler's going to round second. He's on his way to third. He had a little bit of a hesitation, but he will slide in safely with a leadoff triple for Spencer Lettler. And Post States is 90 feet away from tying this ball game up. And Lettler is slow to get up now at third base. And it looks like, yeah, he has been dealing with that knee injury. And he is going to be unable to get back up. He got to his feet, is able to walk off on his own power, but he's in a lot of pain as he limps his way over to the dugout. And so that'll be a leadoff triple for Lettler. And now it'll be Jet Zabel that will run for him and will come into the ball game and play right field. And they appeal to second, thinking that he missed the bag, but I think Lettler hit the bag about 3 or 4 times before he ended up making his way over to third base. So Zabel is running at third base now. Tying run is 90 feet away with nobody out here in the bottom of the 6th inning. And the first pitch to Matt Hansen is in the turf, but right behind the catcher and Lucas, who did enough to block it up. No chance for Zabel to score on it. Hansen has reached base twice, walk, and also reached on air. So he's looking to find a way to reach base a third time, but also drive in the tying run. 1-0 pitch. Nearly hits Hansen, and the count's now 2-0. The corners are in, and the middle is back. Now the umpire is going to go out and talk to the pitcher. And outside of maybe some reactions on a pitch, I think they're talking. Maybe the only thing I think of is that the pitcher wasn't coming completely set, even though there's a runner on third. There's a strike call. It's now 2-1 here to Matt Hansen, because as he comes set, he flicks his arms out. And he did another time, or he did it right before he threw it. Now this time he has not done that the last 2 times. That one's popped up. That'll be foul. It'll be just over the top of the press box, and the count's now 2-2. So now here with a 2-2 count, Matt Hansen looking to try and drive in the tying run. Here's a 2-2. Inside, just missing, and it's now 3-2. Connor Bruce, the DH, is on deck. Here comes the payoff pitch. Hansen will pop it up right side. Coming in, long run coming in. Can't make the catch. He gets past the right fielder. Game is tied. Matt Hansen will round second. He will stop at second base. It'll be an RBI double, and we are tied 5-5. Post State has worked their way all the way back, down 5-0. And we are tied 5-5 here with nobody out in the bottom of the 6th. And it'll bring up Connor Bruce, and that will end the day for Hallbrook. So we will step aside for a minute, come back and tell you the changes, but Post State's got the go-ahead run now on at second base. You're listening to Post State Baseball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Hey, let's go. We're going to be late for the baseball game.
I know, my air conditioner is letting me down like our middle reliever last game. I have to give someone a call.
That's easy. Call in the closer, AirTech Heating and Cooling. They use Coleman brand heaters and air conditioners, and like our team's closer, AirTech with Coleman products give us quality and dependability we can trust to win the game.
You're right. I'm going to the bullpen. AirTech, I need you.
Most of us already know that Gale's Gas of Pierre is the place to call for propane. They offer an automatic fill plan so you never have to worry about running out of propane. They accept debit and credit payments or a budget payment plan to spread out the cost throughout the year so you never have surprises when you get your bill. For delivery, convenience, and great customer service, call Gales Gas at 224-5518. That's Gales Gas at 224-5518.
As we welcome you back here, bottom of the sixth, there is a 5-5 score, and Cooper Brown will be the man to come to the mound, as he will be throwing here for this Bellevue East squad. Brown, this will be his season debut here for Bellevue East. He has not thrown yet here in the season. And we'll see here, it looks like Holbrook has gone out to left field. That's the only change it looks like there is for this, and that means also that Holbrook will be in the DH spot, which is due up third in the inning. So Holbrook will have the opportunity to hit in the top of the seventh, and it potentially could be with his team down, or maybe a chance to give his team the lead if it's still tied. But that tying run, or the go-ahead run, is now at second base with Connor Bruce, Brecken Kruger, and then the top of the order with George Stalley, the first three men to face Cooper Brown. The line total for Holbrook, he threw 81 pitches on the day. He goes 5 innings, gave up 5 hits, 4 walks, 1 strikeout. He is responsible for that 6th runner that potentially could score. He gave up 4 earned runs out of the 5 so far, but he is still responsible here for the potential 6th run to come across if Post State's able to score. Connor Bruce, he is 1 for 2 with an RBI single. Here's the first pitch from Brown, showing bunt, pulling it back and having to duck away from it is Bruce. So it's a 1-0 count. Again, the defensive positioning right here with a runner on second. Bruce showing bunt, trying to move him over to third base. It's a half pickoff move. There is no throw. So it's still 1-0 count here with nobody out and a runner on second. Now a pickoff attempt, and nearly is throwing it into center field. But Irwin was able to make the grab. That one was very, very close. Because if that throw was on target, that might find its way down for a tag and get Matthew Hansen out. But also it could have gone to center field and could have put Hansen at third base. 1-0 pitch. Bruce trying to bunt the ball. That one is bunted foul on the right side, and the count is now 1-1. The A's are trying to take the lead here. They were down 5-0 after the end of the top of the first. Now it's 5-5 here with nobody out in the bottom of the sixth. Cooper Brown comes set from the stretch. Here's the 1-1 to Connor Bruce. Showing bunt again, pulls it back, takes it high for ball 2. It's now a 2-1 count. And if Post State wins, they will be playing at 11:30 Central Time tomorrow. That game will be on Capital City Rock, but you can still watch it on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports, or excuse me, at KCCR Sports. Showing bunt, bunting it down the third base line, but it will go foul. So it's now a 2-2 count here to Connor Bruce. That is not necessarily the earliest that they would play is at 10:30. We'd have to wait to see how things shake out at the very end of all the pool play to see if they would potentially move up to what would be 5th place. Excuse me. Would have to be 4th place to move past that time slot. Here's now the 2-2 to Bruce. He swings and he strikes out. And there's now one down here in the bottom of the 6th inning. And I'll bring up Brecken Kruger. Kruger is 0 for 1, had a sac fly RBI. He also flew out to the right fielder. Matthew Hansen over at second base. First pitch, that will skip to the backstop, and Matthew Hansen will take third. And now a fly ball to the outfield will make this a 6-5 ball game. Hansen, the last time he reached base was on the air. He had 3 different wild pitches where he was able to score to make it, at that time, a 5-4 ball game. The infield is in all the way around to try and keep this ball game tied on a ground ball. 1-0 pitch. That one will bounce in. Blocked up by the catcher in Lucas. And the count's now 2-0. George Stalley is on deck. He's the top of the order for Post State. With 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th inning, and a 2-0 count to Kruger. Here's the pitch. Swings and misses. And it's 2-1. Grayson Hunsley for the 7th inning. The first pitch he throws will only be pitch number 59 of the day. The 2-1 will miss. And it's now 3-1. Stalley is waiting. Brown comes set from the stretch. 3-1 pitch. Off the end of the bat, off the glove. It's going to get through past the shortstop. It's going to be a base hit for Brecken Kruger, and the Eights will take the 6-5 lead. Just off the glove of the pitcher of Brown. Barely trickled away from Irwin, but it trickled far enough away, and behind him, Kruger gets to first, gets the base hit, and gets the RBI as Matt Hansen scores. And that wild pitch turns out to be a costly one for Bellevue. And Post State, who was down 5-0, now leads 6-5 with 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th inning. First pitch misses low for ball 1. As Kruger leads away from first. Here's the 1-0 pitch. At the letters, it's now 1-1. In the top of the 7th, it'll be 4, 5, and 6. Lucas, Gahn, and Holbrook, who is out in left field now, instead of the DH spot in Skyler. Here's the 1-1. Instead, check over and back in safely is Kruger. Grayson Hunsley, you have the opportunity now to finish out the ball game with a win. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Off the plate on a chopper. Picked up by the third baseman. The throw to first is not caught cleanly. Kruger takes third on the throw over to first base. It's now first and third, and there's still only 1 out. It'll be an air charge to the first baseman. And Post State now can extend their 1-run lead as Jaden Wiebe comes to the plate. He's 1 for 3 so far. Here's the first pitch. Wiebe will foul it back, and it's 0-1. Wiebe singled, came around to score back at the bottom of the first inning. It's a ground out and a fly out victim the other 2 times he's been to the plate. With the runners at first and third here and 1 out in the bottom of the 6th. The Eights have overcome a 5-run deficit and lead at 6-5. And still threatening to add to it. Here's the 0-1. Stalley takes off. The throw to third, nearly skipped into left field. What a play by the third baseman, Chandler. Stalley takes second with the throw going to third base to try and backpick Kruger. And I think they called it a strike. Thought maybe it was a ball, but it looks like it's 0-2 the count. Here to Jaden Wiebe. Infield is in all the way again. Game of inches for the last run to score. And Wiebe will shoot this out towards center field. It's going to be caught by the center fielder. What a jumping grab by Cisavello. Kruger will score on the sac fly. And there's now 2 down. And Jaden Wiebe gets the sac fly RBI. And a good job by Brecken Kruger to stay on third until the ball got to the glove of the center fielder. Stalley stayed at second. So now Wiebe with the RBI sac fly gives way to Jack Merkwan, who can extend the lead one more time here with a base hit. The 7-5 advantage for Pierre. First pitch to Merkwan. Check swing, right side, off the glove, into right field. Stalley will round third. He will come in to score. It's an RBI single for Jack Merkwan. The lead's now 3, 8-5. Here with 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th. And Merkwan with a big RBI single. And the Eights have scored the last 8 runs. And Johnny Lyons now to the plate. He is 0 for 2 with an RBI ground out. Here's the first pitch. Runner takes off. It's taken for a ball. The throw to second. Tag not applied in time. Merkwan steals second. And he is in scoring position with the stolen base. And for Johnny Lyons, a base hit would make it a 4-run lead here for the Eights. Here's the 1-0. That was a line shot off the netting on the right side, and it's now 1-1 here to Lions. Again, it's 4, 5, and 6 for Bellevue East in the top of the 7th. Lucas, Gahn, and Holbrook. And they're down by 3 right now as Bellevue East. A 4-run bottom of the 6th inning. There's a ground ball to the left side. Fielded by the shortstop. The throw to first will retire the side here in the bottom of the 6th. But 8 men come to the plate. 4-run score for Post States, as they picked up 4 hits in the inning, 1 error, and 1 man left on base. So we head to the top of the 7th, and the Eights are 3 outs away from a big comeback win and to go to 2-2 here in the tournament. Back in a minute, you listen to Post State Baseball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Wondered what the benefits are of becoming a Owyhee Federal Credit Union member? At Owyhee Federal Credit Union, we reinvest profits in you. We do this in the form of lower interest rates, higher dividends, and low to no fees. So come check us out or come in at 221 East Pleasant Drive in Pierre, because at Owyhee Federal Credit Union, we treat our members like they own the place because, well, they do. Owyhee Federal Credit Union.
Wondering what to do with the pitted and rutted drive? B&B Equipment will get you covered. Wanting to put something down the ground? B&B Equipment will put a hole in your project. Need to even up that property? B&B Equipment can fill that need. B&B Equipment can deliver all your gravel and material needs. B&B Equipment is here for all your excavation needs. Contact B&B Equipment, 224-6727. A contractor here for you. That's B&B Equipment, 224-6727.
Here in the top of the 7th inning, it is 4, 5, and 6. A.J. Lucas, Evan Gahn, and Cole Holbrook. The first 3 men to come to the plate as Grayson Hunsley is trying to close this one out. An 8-5 lead. Post State trailed 5-0 after 1. They scored 1 in the first, 2 in the second, 1 in the fourth, and 4 in the 6th to now lead at 8-5 over Bellevue East. As A.J. Lucas digs in, first pitch to him. He swings and pops it up, shallow center field. Matthew Hansen calls for it. 1 pitch and 1 out here in the top of the 7th. And here's now Evan Gahn. Gahn is 1 for 3 with a 2 RBI single. back in the top of the first inning. As the first pitch will bounce in for ball one. That is pitch number 60 for Grayson Hunsley in relief. And he has done so at now 6 full innings. 1-0 pitch. That one's off the handle. Matthew Hansen takes one step back. The throw to first is low, but stuck out by Gary Nedved. And there's 2 down now here for Post State. And it will bring up Cole Halbrook. And Holbrook's their last hope here, with 2 outs in the top of the 7th. Pitch number 62 upcoming here for Grayson Hunsley. First pitch swinging, ground ball right side. Jaden Weeby will field. The throw to first. Roll Eights for the second time today. Second comeback victory for the Eights here today. They come back and win game 1 after being down 5-2. And then they come back down 5-0 here in the top of the first inning in game number 2 and win 8-5 over Bellevue East. 2-2 on the tournament for Post State. They will keep themselves out of the 8 o'clock game tomorrow morning. And we will return in 2 minutes to wrap it up here from We'll return here in 2 minutes to wrap it up from the Fitz. You're listening to Post State Baseball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Did you ever hear the real story about the old woman who lived in a shoe? Who had so many children she didn't know what to do? Well, in the story, she wasn't given much credit. Believe me, she knew what to do, all right. She called my mom, Tara, at Kathy Sunshine Properties. She told my mom she wanted a house with 5 bedrooms and a large yard with room to run. Tara found her the perfect house and sold the shoe to a one-legged basketball player.
For your happily ever after, give me a call at Kathy Sunshine Properties, 605-224-5588. That's 224-5588. Visit contactkathy.com or stop by our new location at 301 West Capitol Avenue in Pierre.
Hey you. Are you at a job that is fulfilling, has good benefits to support you or a family today, and retirement goes down the road? If you just said no, listen up. CHS River Plains is hiring operations personnel, drivers, and custom applicators at several locations. These come with a knockout affordable benefit package for you and the whole family. Apply to a job with CHS River Plains and up your benefits straight up. To apply, visit us online at chsriverplains.com or stop in at one of our locations. CHS is an equal opportunity employer.
A masterful job from Grayson Hunsley here in the ball game as Post State wins it 8-5 in a comeback win over the Bellevue East team. 8-5 final. It was 6 2/3 innings of shutout baseball and relief from Grayson Hunsley. Gave up 3 hits, 2 strikeouts, no walks. He did hit 2 guys. That's the only free pass that he gave up. But 2 strikeouts, no walks for Grayson Hunsley, who did not allow a run. And the only run that came in to score while he was on the mound was one of the 3 runners that he inherited in the ball game. What a fantastic performance from Grayson Hunsley out of the bullpen for Post State as they pick up a 8-5 win. They were down 5-0 after the top of the first. They scored 1 in the bottom of the first, 2 in the second, 1 in the fourth, and then scored 4 runs in the bottom of the sixth to pick up an 8-5 win over Bellevue East. They had 8 runs, 7 hits, 1 error, left 5 men on base. Bellevue East had 5 runs, 5 hits, 2 errors, and they left 7 men on base. Time of the ball game was just short of 2 hours, as it ended up being 1 hour and 56 minutes after about a 35-minute rain delay to open up the ball before the ball game had first pitch. But Post State wins back-to-back games, now 2-2, and we'll wait to see exactly where they stand, because right now to be a 10:30 first pitch likely for Post State in the game tomorrow, and we'll wait to see who they will face. But we'll have that game on at Capital City Rock, and you can watch it on YouTube at KCCR Sports. At 2-2, Fargo goes 2-2. Mitchell could also go 2-2 as well if they pick up a win over Post 22. If they don't win, then Post State will for sure play at 10:30. If Mitchell does pick up a win, then it turns into a tiebreaker between the 3 teams to figure out exactly where everybody will go, and Post State potentially could be playing a little bit later in the day if all the tiebreakers go their way. But that'll wrap it up for us here from the Fitz, as Post State will win Game 1 with a final score of 9-5 in 8 innings with a comeback win, and then they win Game number 2 8-5 thanks to Jacob Mayer back in the studio, thanks to Spencer Kelly early on. The 8s win it in Game 1 9-5 in extras, and they win Game number 2 8-5 in a big comeback. As we say good night from the Fitz.
You've been listening to Post 8 Baseball on KCCR and watching on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Post 8 Baseball is brought to you by Dr. Pepper, Floss Dentistry, Comtech, Wagner Auto, Dakota Sprinkler, CHS River Plains, Kathy Sunshine Properties, True Green, B&B Equipment, Oahe Federal Credit Union, and Gales Gas. Post 8 Baseball is also brought to you by AirTech, Capital City Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota, Olson Plumbing, First Dakota National Bank, Ferding Electric, Shane's Pharmacy, Avera, Sander Auto Parts, Edward Jones Financial, Todd's Electric, Lamb Auto, Kruger Contracting, the Oahe YMCA, Bank West, and Fisher Rounds. Join us all season for Post 8 Baseball here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. This has been a special presentation of KCCR Sports, Central